Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, in today's video, we are going to be talking about home decor, interior design, gift ideas for under 100 bucks. These are for people that love to keep a beautiful home, right? These are, I think anybody can enjoy these if they like nice things. I mean, what I think are nice things, you be the judge. But these are just items I think that are beautiful and special and items that people don't typically buy for themselves. And those are to me the perfect gift, right? When you find something where it's a meaningful upgrade to a person that actually makes a difference, but they're not usually gonna spend that on themselves, that's what I think is the perfect gift. So that's what we're prioritizing in this video, but they're all less than $100, which is great because let's be honest, that's oftentimes what we're trying to spend on some people. It's easy to recommend a $1,500 side chair, probably not what you're giving people for a gift. So let's get going. Okay, so these are just my favorite items, and I'm gonna say the first one on my list is gonna be, I mean, look, the candle is a cliche gift, but I have to mention it. We're gonna start with the cliche candle gift because the only candle pretty much I kind of buy right now is the Lulu candle. It's my favorite. I buy it on Amazon. I buy it regularly. I buy it, I burn it, it goes. I love it because I love the scent. It's kind of got a sandalwood, but it's a little bit sort of, it's earthy, but also kind of a little bit floral, but never disgustingly so. You know what I mean? It's just the perfect candle. I really just love this scent. And this is the one that I burn all the time. I just really love this candle. And what can I say? The candle itself is also beautiful. So it's a little bit special, but it's also at a price point that isn't insane because some of these candles are just stupidly priced. I'm not paying $80 for a candle, okay? I'm just not paying, no, it usually is wax that burns, okay? Let's just all calm down. But this is a beautiful candle and I love it. I recommended it in my Amazon video like a year or so ago, and I can tell you, there was a lot of candles that came through. Amazon they gave me a little report and you guys bought a lot of those candles. And I got a lot of DMs saying you guys really enjoyed this one. It's my favorite candle. It smells also really natural because so many times the marshmallow, whatever, that Bath & Body Works has come out with, some of those stuff are just like, they're a little sickening to me. I don't need things to smell like a latte or whatever, you know what I mean? I want things to smell natural, and that's exactly what you're getting in this one. So I think it's a beautiful candle. It's a great start. Yes, I know a candle is cliche, so sue me. Okay, let's move on. But building on that, I'm also gonna talk about the Surface electric lighter, which I love this thing. This thing, it's USB-C charged, okay? So you're not messing around with some weird plug. Like you can charge it with your phone charger probably and whatever you got around. So it's like really easy. And it's so cute and it's just so easy. It's a great way to light your candles as opposed to getting out the matches and like whatever. You got the big barbecue lighter or whatever. Like instead of going that route, you just got this cute little lighter. And this is like $10 on Amazon. And it's great as a stocking stuffer. And it's a great little cute gift and maybe a good compliment to something that like a candle, which might be a bit cliche, but adding in the lighter is maybe a little combo, I think is really thoughtful and also really cute. And it's something that people wouldn't think of. And it's what a lot of people don't think to buy for themselves. So I really love this one. And of course, building out my candle category, I have to talk about like cute little adorable candle holders, right? I love these ones that I got from Fable because I love Fable for everything. I love when everything matches. And these are really like hand finished ceramic pieces and they are beautiful and timeless, come in a range of colors. I have them in the desert taupe and the speckled white. I love both. I have the little smaller ones and I have the bigger ones. I really like these candle holders. I think they're really cute. There's lots of ones that candle holders are out there, but I think it's a really good idea for a fairly inexpensive gift that you can give somebody. That plus a set of beautiful tapered stem candle thingies. And I think you're really good to go. I think they're making for a nice, beautiful gift. And again, it's a little bit different than your typical candle holder that you might kind of expect. And I think it's really beautiful and it works with a lot of people's styles. You just sort of have to, go with a speckled white, which is a pretty like standard color that a lot of people would really like and could work with a lot of people's decor. Because sometimes I think decor can be a challenge when you're doing gift giving because you want to make sure it works with the person's style, color scheme, whatever. And I'm pretty picky, as you obviously know. And like, I don't always love people buying home decor for me because I'm like, oh, I really like to make some of these choices myself. Because it's me and probably you because you're watching this channel. And so, home decor gifts can be tricky, but I think this is just an item that can so obviously fit into many, many different styles that I think everybody would be happy with this, assuming they like candles. I mean, if they're not a candle lover, then, well, don't buy them candles, basically, is the obvious point. Okay, moving off candles for a second. I also think a really cute gift is this charging stone. Now you can buy this on Amazon. You can also buy it from Target. I'll link to both. I like this. I have this one for myself as well. And I had some questions when I featured in a video before of like, how is it for charging? I've never really had an issue. It's not always as easy to see where the sensor is within the little charging stone, but it works. And the thing is it's a real piece of natural stone. So if you're a person that wants it, they have it in a black marble, a white marble, and then a travertine. I have it in the travertine and it works really, really well for me anyway. Again, just kind of like make sure that it charges but that's true for any charger. You know what I mean? So I really like this one. Beautiful wireless charger. If you've never used a wireless charger before, your phone probably is compatible. You just place it on rather than plug it in. And this one is not so techy, because so often these sort of tech items just look really like they're just black plastic or white plastic. And this is a real piece of natural stone, which for me, a lover of natural stone and all things home decor, is important, because I'm really skeptical of bringing in some of these tech-focused things that are great and functional but ugly. And this is great and functional but beautiful, so that's why I think it makes my list. Okay, next up is gonna be dish linens. This is something that I think is such a nice gift to give somebody, especially when we know that these items stick around way too long. And I'm looking squarely in the mirror. I hold on to these things. I need to order some new ones, y'all. Okay, mine are like, they're nasty. They need to go. You know, I think it's such a nice gift, because this is an example where you can give, you know, if you find something that's in the person's color scheme and you think it's in their style, of saying, you know what, I know you've got dirty, nasty linens. I'm not gonna tell you to your face, but what I'm gonna do is give you the gift of new dish linens, because how thoughtful is that? Now you can ditch the old ones. And I think it's something that we so often, because, you know, we just sometimes don't think we're worth it, you know? So we're kind of like, well, I can just hold on to the old ones for years. And this is just a nice gesture, because you're saying, no, you are worth it. You're worth more than moldy linens. You are worth more than moldy linens, although you yourself don't believe it for yourself. You might believe it in somebody else. And that's what makes it a beautiful gift, because again, it's something that you wouldn't buy for yourself because you're just gonna make do, but it's something that, you know, you shouldn't make do with. And that's why it's a wonderful gift to give or receive. I really like these. I'm gonna link to a whole bunch of them that I think are really cute. I need to pick up some new ones, y'all. As soon as I leave in this video, I'm gonna go pick some up. Okay, next category I'm gonna talk about is like dishware, but I wanna be really careful with this one, because this is a gift guide under $100, okay? So I'm not gonna say go buy a whole set for somebody, and that sometimes can make sense. It can also be quite personal. If you know a person's set, and you know that they have their set from CB2 or Crate and Barrel, or you know their particular set that they have, and you're like, okay, well, I know where they get it. They've got this set from Target, so I'm gonna like get them mugs to like add to their set. If you know that, then great, that's a wonderful gift. But I'm gonna assume you don't know, in which case it can be a bit personal to like give somebody something that is gonna kind of set off their whole collection. So maybe it's something like a glass carafe, maybe it's something like a coffee dripper, maybe it's something like, you know, that's just like a serving platter. Like that could be really cute. Like maybe they love Le Creuset, or maybe they like Staub, or maybe, you know, that type of stuff I think is really cool. And, you know, it's a one singular piece that stands on its own rather than necessarily being part of like an entire collection. Again, if you know the collection, great, then you can build on it. That's awesome. If someone knows me, they know I like speckled white from Fable. So like, it's a pretty safe bet to give me something from that collection. But if you don't know the person's collection, then I would stick to sort of like a one-off piece. Like again, like something like a serving platter, because I just think that is really beautiful. Or a set of wine glasses, or a set of rocks glasses. That's really cool, because maybe they're into bar stuff. Maybe, you know, you want to get a martini shaker or whatever. But even if they're not, you can just get like, even if they're not committed to one particular brand or company or whatever, finding some gorgeous ones. IKEA, I'm doing an IKEA video coming up here in a couple of weeks for their new Christmas collection, and there's some really cool sets that are coming from IKEA. So there's lots of things that are under the $100 price point. I'm gonna list a whole bunch, but definitely the dishware category can be tricky, because sometimes people like a whole collection, but there's definitely singular pieces that are gonna make sense for a beautiful gift. Okay, next up is gonna be coasters. I think coasters is kind of a really cool gift that you give somebody, especially if you go to their house and they serve you drinks on, you know, an old CD that they've turned upside down, right? We've seen that. We've seen the old CDs. I get that you're using those old AOL trials that you're probably, like, why didn't you throw that out in 1999? I don't know, but maybe they're still hanging around, and maybe you know somebody who's still using those for coasters. That person deserves an upgrade. They don't think they deserve better. They do deserve better than that AOL disc. So I think buying them a beautiful set of coasters is a lovely gesture. It's usually quite economically priced. West Elm has some really beautiful ones. They usually have like some marble ones, which are gorgeous. I have the Warhe travertine coasters. I have 4. I'm buying another 4 because, well, sometimes, you know, I'm quite social. Sometimes I have more than a few people over. And so I think 8 is a really great number. You don't have to give 8 coasters to somebody, but for me, these make sense. These are just gorgeous slabs of travertine. I tend to like my coasters to be really simple because that's sort of my style, and I like them to work with the rest of the stuff that I have in my space. I love those coasters. Fable has some wood ones if you're interested. They're kind of like a walnut. Those are really cool. As I said, like there's lots of different places that have beautiful coasters, but I think it's like a singular piece that you can give somebody, especially if they're kind of into home decor, but it's like contained. It's not usually part of like a giant collection, so you don't necessarily feel like you're overstepping. There's lots of beautiful ones out there, and I think that it's a really great gift. Usually these can range in price from what, 20, 30, maybe even $40 if you're feeling fancy. And I think they're a great buy for someone for the holiday season. Okay, next up on my list of holiday gift ideas under $100 is a nice, beautiful throw or a throw blanket. I love this. Now, I will be honest, sometimes this can be a bit personal. So sometimes people are like, well, I really wanted to choose my throw, especially if you got a person like Nick Lewis who you're buying for, which you should be buying for Nick Lewis, by the way. I'm not just kidding. You know, if you're buying a throw, okay? I think a throw is a really beautiful gift to give somebody because it's got some presence, it's really gorgeous, they're usually reasonably priced. They definitely, well, not definitely, sometimes there's that Hermes throw that's insanely priced, but for the most part, you can get a fantastic one for under $100. The one I have actually right now that I'm currently loving is the linen cotton throw from H&M Home. I found about this one on TikTok. I feel like someone was like, this is the best throw, no one's talking about it. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not talking about it, so maybe I should be. You know what I mean? And these influencers, I tell you, they just influence me, even though that's, am I influencing? I guess I'm an influencer. Anyway, I was influenced and I bought the throw and she was right. It's actually a beautiful throw. It's like really well priced. It is soft. You can wash it. You can wash it over and over again. It just gets kind of better. It never gets misshapen and gross. It's a natural material. It's cotton linen. I know some people don't really like H&M, which I get, but actually their home stuff, you guys, I feel like people are sleeping on H&M Home and Zara Home, but H&M Home is really, really good. Like their stuff is not as throwaway as their like clothing, which let's be honest, you wear it once and it's time for the landfill. That's not true for their home. Their home quality stuff is actually really good and quite reasonably priced because it is H&M Home. I would strongly consider a throw like this one, but there's lots of cool ones out there. I think it's a really great gift to give somebody. Wrap that up with a beautiful bow, you are in business. It's got a huge, like, you know, it's substantial. Like it feels like a substantial gift. IKEA is like killing the throw game. There's so many throws. I do recommend making sure, like I'll show some photos of some cool ones, but go into store, really feel the fabric. You know, I would personally lean more towards natural materials because that's my preference. And I do think they last longer and feel better because it's really important with a throw that it feels good on the skin. So make sure that you really kind of test that out. And again, it can be really personal because you don't always know a person's style, but if you do know the person's style and maybe their color scheme and what they would like, I would strongly consider that this is a really great option for a gift. I know I personally have been given a throw before, like 8 years ago, and I held on to it for many, many, many years. I really, really love that. And it was a great gift that I loved for years and years. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be like Chopstick Rests. I think this is such a cute little gift to give somebody. I think like this plus a beautiful set of chopsticks, I think it's just really fun. Like these little rests are so, so cute. They're an opportunity to show a little bit of personality. Obviously, gift them to a person who uses chopsticks. If they don't use chopsticks regularly, then this is obviously not a good gift because you don't know the person. But if you do know the person and you think like people that even have, I have chopsticks, but I don't have chopstick rests. You know what I mean? Like it's such a like fun little gift. And I just think it's like something a person wouldn't normally buy for themselves. Well, maybe you do, but like for the most part, like a lot of people don't think to buy that for themselves because it just feels superfluous. It feels like that's excessive. Do I need chopstick rests? No one needs it. This is like, okay, we have everything we need. Like what we need is out the window at this point. This is just cute. This is just fun. It's cute. It's a nice little thing if you're having somebody over, you're having friends over and you're having sushi or whatever, and you want to have everybody have their beautiful chopsticks or whatever, or you're eating ramen or what have you, and you just have like a little chopstick rest. I just think that's really a nice little fun little cute detail that people don't really think of and they would never think to buy for themselves, but that's the type of stuff, in my opinion, that makes for the perfect gift. Okay, next up is going to be like little dishes and bowls and things. Okay, so I put this in the very same category as kind of the throw. Like if you know the person and you feel like you kind of have a really good handle on their decor and their style and what they're gonna enjoy, then I think getting something like a decorative tray or a decorative bowl or something like that is really, really cool. It can be a bigger one to maybe go on an ottoman or a coffee table or a side table or a bar cabinet or a media console or whatever, that can really work. Or even some of the ones that are sort of, sometimes they brand them as sort of jewelry dishes, which maybe people are putting jewelry in them. I don't really like jewelry, so I don't have a need for a jewelry dish, but I like buying jewelry dishes to put things like my keys in and to put things like, what else do I put in there? You know, just random stuff. Sometimes I use them for a little rest to put my candle on. That's actually what I use my Eternity Modern dish for, is just a little nice little set. It's just really, it's something again that a lot of people don't think to buy for themselves. And if they do buy for themselves, they tend to cheap out because they're just like, well, do I really need this? No. Again, see earlier point, you don't need any of this. And that's part of the fun, is we like to all be a little bit spoiled when it comes to the holidays. And this is something, especially if you're buying something high quality that is gorgeous, that's gonna last, and you know the person's style, then I think this can be a really beautiful gift to give somebody. And some of these dishes, yeah, are for sure under $100. It's not that difficult because it's, even if you're buying a natural stone, it's not usually enough stone to necessarily kind of make it really, really super expensive. This is also one of the places where, dare I say, HomeSense Home Goods, which you know I'm not a fan of, but actually they got some good little marble dishes. I'm not gonna lie, they have some really good stuff. You gotta shop around, you gotta make sure that, flip it over, you gotta make sure like if they've got like a wood and marble cutting board, make sure to flip it over because it probably says chop on the other side. You gotta be really careful with that. But you know, if it looks good and it looks legit and there's no weird live, laugh, love energy giving off on that board, then I say give it up. It's a beautiful gift to give somebody. Okay, next up on my list is going to be, and this is maybe my favorite of the list, you guys, which is subscriptions and experiences. So, you know, in addition to all the wonderful things that I've mentioned, gifts that you can give somebody where they go, you know, this is something I wouldn't have bought myself. Experiences and subscriptions also fit into that category. Subscriptions would be things like magazine subscriptions. So, you know, what are their favorite magazines? Is it Bon Appetit? Is it Architectural Digest? Like, what is it that they love? Like, you know, what is their hobbies? What are the things that they really enjoy? And I think, I don't know, maybe are people, like, I kind of feel like I want to get a magazine subscription. You know, like, have we gone full circle? Are we tired of all the social media stuff that maybe we're kind of like, yeah, sitting down with a good magazine. Remember that? Like, that was kind of fun. Just nice to just not have to stare at a screen all the time. And I think giving somebody a gift where they would be like, yeah, maybe I'd get a subscription to a magazine. I think that's really fun to get a subscription to something that, you know, you didn't know they necessarily needed. And that can be really fun thing, I think, for people to have. And the thing is too now, like, there's subscriptions for everything. Like, you can get a coffee subscription, a wine subscription. Those are probably going to get you over $100. But, you know, there's so many different sort of subscriptions out there for everything that you can kind of cater something to a person's particular hobby, something they really like. And the best part about these subscriptions is they're always giving people something new, right? You're always given something new, and I think that's really fun. You know, I just think, like, if you love coffee, like I do, I'm a hardcore coffee drinker, I always tend to buy the same coffee over and over, which is fine. I like that. I like the coffee. But if someone were to give me a subscription, it's like, oh, every month I get to try something new. And I think that's really fun, and that's kind of built into the design of some of these subscriptions, which I think is cool. And then you got experiences, which are always fantastic, right? So you've got spa days, right? Like, if a person, oh, isn't that lovely? Like, to get a spa day certificate would be amazing. To maybe a pottery class. Maybe you take a pottery class together. Maybe that's the idea. I think that there's so many different things that are out there, like a cooking class for a particular type of cuisine maybe. So maybe it's a cuisine that neither of you know how to cook, and you're just like, yes, I'd love to learn how to cook Indian food, and maybe there's an Indian food cooking class in your neighborhood. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's cool stuff that's out there, especially if you can take it together. That's of course even better because now you're spending time together, and it's something that you probably both together wouldn't have necessarily done. So that's, I think, ideally my favorite gift to give, because that just is an experience that's going to last you forever and ever, and you're always going to think about. So that, I think, is perfect in my personal opinion. I love those. Okay, and then finally, I would also say coffee table books. Coffee table books, it could be magazines. You don't have to go the subscription route, so to build on that one, just magazines, but even the beautiful, gorgeous coffee table books that, again, a person wouldn't necessarily go buy for themselves, because coffee table books can be expensive, and we tend to second guess these things. So buying something that's like a coffee table book in the person's hobby, so maybe they're into photography, maybe they're into, I don't know, F1 racing. I don't know you, and I most certainly don't know your friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, finding those hobbies that they're really into, and then finding beautiful books on that subject that they would really enjoy flipping through, and also, yes, can use as home decor, because books are just such a fantastic way to add color into a space. They're a good sort of base to work from. Like, you can kind of use it almost like a tray to then add sort of candles or lamps or, you know, other decor pieces, layer them over top to kind of create sort of a layered, gorgeous vignette in a space. So even if you just, you know, have these beautiful books, they might not necessarily be books that they read every single day, but they're books that they can also double as decor. And I think that makes for a really beautiful gift, especially if it also represents the person that you're giving a gift to, so that person can really enjoy it and show it off in their beautiful home, so that they're able to share their own hobby with, you know, the people around them when they come to visit them. So, you know, you kind of get that little injection of personality into a person's space, which, as you all know, if you've seen my channel, that is something that I'm a big, big advocate for. So I love coffee table books. There's some gorgeous ones out there. And yeah, they not only look beautiful, but they're also fun to read too. Okay, so that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And you know what? I hope you enjoy shopping for your loved ones this lovely holiday season. I hope you find some beautiful experiences and subscriptions, and hopefully some home decor items maybe from this list, some stocking stuffers in there. There's lots of different things that you can choose from. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, no matter how you celebrate. And if you liked this video, maybe you want to watch another one. I don't know. Or maybe you want to go shopping. That's cool too. So enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.